Jug. He's never here when he's wanted. We'll never be ready at this rate. Aunt Amy, have you seen Jug? I haven't seen him all evening.
Oh, it's time you were changing, Cynthia. Your guests are beginning to arrive. I've told them to use your father's study as a cloakroom.
I put the musicians in there.
Oh, I thought Jug was seeing to all this. I told your father 20 years ago should never have hired him. Now, where was I?
All right, Auntie. I'll go.
Oh, dear. And see if you can find Jug. Maybe he's helping cook in the kitchen.
He's more likely kissing her in the pantry.
Cynthia! Oh, I'd better go and look. Oh, Jug! Jug!
Many were called, but few answered. Oh, that's a nice drop of stuff. I think I'll have a drop more. I like a Scotch a day. I like a Scotch a day. I'm just watering the flowers, Miss Amy.
Go and get changed. See to Miss Cynthia's guests.
Yes, Miss Amy.
Oh, and tell the musicians to start as soon as they're ready.
Yes, Miss Amy.
Oh, and telephone Davis's and see what's happened to my present for Miss Cynthia. It hasn't arrived yet.
Yes, Miss Amy.
Oh, Jug.
Yes, Miss Amy.
Take this into the dining room.
Yes, Miss Amy.
Oh, and see that cook has everything prepared.
Oh, yes, Miss Amy.
Oh, no, Jug. I'll see cook.
Oh, dear, what a pity.
Go after these, will you? Oh, by the way, Daddy's insisting on getting up.
Oh, no.
The doctor's persuaded him to use his wheelchair.
Oh, dear, I had hoped his gout would keep him in bed until tomorrow. And Jug.
Yes, Miss Amy.
If Mr. Hardcastle's getting up, you're to see that he doesn't drink or smoke.
That'll keep me occupied most of the evening, Miss Amy.
Oh, and if I were you, Cynthia, I'd keep your father away from your artist friends. You remember what happened the last time you had a party?
Shall I ever forget?
Jug. Oh. Take the easel into the studio and empty those ashtrays.
Empty those ashtrays. Take the easel into the studio. She'll be lucky. Now then, let's see. Oops, no, in we go. Come in, come in. I like a Scotch a day. A lovely Scotch a day.
Ah, nobody about. Good. Whee! Last. Down! Don't creep about like that, Jug. Pour me out a whiskey.
Do you think you ought to, Mr. Hardcastle?
Do as I tell you. If my sister found out you spend half your wages at the dog track, you'd be out on your ear.
Quite true, sir. On the other hand, if she knew you was drinking and smoking, you'll be back in bed.
Pour us both out a drink.
That's better. I must confess I need it. There is no doubt a little whiskey makes you frisky. Your whiskey, sir?
Ah.
Don't suppose you could let me have a small advance, could you?
No, I couldn't.
Pity. I've got a reliable tip on this evening's racing flying jumbo.
Is that a dog or an elephant?
Dog, sir. With my luck, it'll probably run like an elephant.
Ah, well, through the teeth.
Round it comes.
Look out, stomach.
Here it comes.
Jonathan!
Yeah, get rid of this. No! 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 Look out, that's my sister's favourite antique.
All right, we'll give it to Auntie Flo.
Are you down there? Oh, there you are, Jonathan. How are you feeling? Are you comfortable?
Marvellous.
Oh, what's this?
That quack's medicine. Horrible.
Put that away, please, Jug.
Very good, Miss Amy.
Jug, did you telephone Davis's?
Oh, yes, Miss Amy. But it's their early closing day.
Oh, dear, now I haven't got a present for Cynthia.
How about giving her that damn gramophone of yours?
If you can't be civil, Jonathan, I shall tell the doctor to send you back to bed. And don't forget he told you not to drink or smoke.
Mr. and Mrs. Bowater Smith.
Mr. Hardcastle, I told Cynthia I simply had to see you, you poor thing. Daddy had gout himself. It made him so miserable. Do you remember me? Of course you do. Jennifer Bowater Brown. Cynthia and I went to the same art class. Of course, I'm Jennifer Bowater Smith now. You don't know Stanley. Isn't he sweet? Cynthia, I must send my eldest to that finishing school. Oh, you didn't know I had 4 little poppets now, did you? Stanley says I've kept my figure, don't you, Stanley? 2 girls and 2 boys. I think that's frightfully clever, don't you? They all take after me. I don't think so, but everybody says it. Well, we'll see you in the ballroom. Mustn't let you keep us here chatting. Been lovely seeing. Come on, Stanley. Oh, Stanley.
That was an interesting conversation. How many children did she say she had?
4, I think.
Oh, then she does stop talking sometimes.
Oh, there'll be more of Cynthia's guests. See to them, Jug.
Yes, Miss Amy.
And keep them arty crafty lot out of here tonight. I've got some business to discuss.
Yes, sir.
And keep that ballroom door shut. And if that damn doctor's still knocking about, tell him I don't want to see him again till the post-mortem.
Very good, sir.
His post-mortem.
Oh, sorry. Looking for the ballroom.
That way.
I think it would have been better if you'd stayed in bed, Jonathan.
Oh, do you? Well, I've got up to see to some important business. My solicitor's coming to discuss it this evening.
Mr. Piper?
Aye, your boyfriend.
Oh, Jonathan, Mr. Piper's been invited for the party, not to discuss business.
Don't worry, he'll have plenty of time to flirt with you.
Oh, really?
We're going to settle this Hickory Wood agreement. I've had a telegram from Billy Hickory Wood solicitor. They're coming this evening.
Oh, this is too bad. On Cynthia's birthday.
I can't help that, love. It's taken weeks to find Billy Hickory Wood.
Jonathan, I must speak.
I know, and it's a great pity.
Hello, Daddy. How are you feeling? Are you better?
Here, stop that nonsense.
Daddy, there's someone I want you to meet. This is Clifton Weaver.
I've heard such a lot about you.
I've heard nought about you.
Don't mind Daddy. Clifton is barks worse than his bite. This is my Aunt Amy.
She doesn't bark or bite.
Charming.
I've invited Clifton for the weekend.
Oh, have you? What's that?
Clifton's had it framed for me as my birthday present.
It's... Good God, what is it?
It's my last painting.
I should hope so.
It's a self-portrait.
Let's hang it, shall we?
Hanging's too good for it.
Allow me to help you, my dear.
Not up here, darling.
Ah, yes.
Thank you.
Well, if that doesn't drive me to drink, now it will.
It might take a little getting used to. You see, it's a new movement in art.
Aye, well, the sooner it gets going, the better. Any Rose, what do you know about it?
Clifton's one of our leading art critics.
Oh, is he? Would you like a drink, young man?
How very kind of you. Have you a gin and French?
I said a drink, not a ruddy perfume. Where did you get him from?
You'd better run along and change, Clifton. Jug will show you the way.
Jug, oh, that's your manservant. He's a queer-looking character.
Aye, we seem to attract him around here.
Mr. Piper, your solicitor to see you, sir.
Send him in.
Jug, show Mr. Weaver to his room, will you?
Very good, Miss Cynthia.
Mr. Piper's early, isn't he?
Aye, he's panting to whip your Aunt Amy off to Gretna Green.
Oh, Jonathan, you are awful.
We're going to settle this Hickory Wood business, though it'll never get settled if he takes as long about it as he has proposing to your aunt.
Mr. Piper.
Don't stick up for him. He should have marched you down the aisle years ago.
Daddy, look.
It's nothing but a long-winded, drivelling nincompoop.
Jonathan, you're not to talk about the doctor like that.
I'm not talking about the doctor. I'm talking about that miserable, short-sighted, duck-bottom, no... Hello, Piper.
Evening, Mr. Hardcastle. You see me?
We don't see enough of you, Mr. Piper.
You speak for yourself. Have you got the agreement, Piper?
Yes, Mr. Hardcastle. Ah, Miss Cynthia, are you having a lovely birthday?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Piper.
It was awfully kind of you. I don't go to many parties these days.
I'm not surprised. Well, come on, hurry up.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Agreement for the settlement of £10,000 on William Hickory Wood.
That's right.
Who shall hereinafter be known as the party of the first part by Mr. Jonathan Hardcastle. Who shall hereinafter be known as the
Never mind the psalm singing.
And who is William Hickory Wood?
Billy's father, Samuel, was my partner and best friend at Briley Mill 20 years ago. His son, Billy, worked for me as a lad.
But £10,000 is a lot of money, Jonathan.
It's a pot of money. But Samuel was responsible for success at Mill, and the poor old codger dies penniless. I want to repay Samuel by looking after his son, Billy. It's the only right and proper thing to do. And besides, I can fiddle it off me income tax. Is it in there that Billy gets the money, providing he's the only living relative of the late Samuel Hickory Wood?
Provided he is the only living relative of the late Samuel Hickory Wood.
But why have you done that, Jonathan?
The reason Samuel died a pauper was because his idle, shiftless relations soaked him for every penny he had. I don't mind giving Billy £10,000. He were a good lad, a bit slow, couldn't add 2 and 2 together. If any of the other sponging Hickory Woods are still alive, they'll go through this money same as they did Samuel's. What exactly did you put in newspapers?
Oh, yes. Would any living relative contact you here?
Well, it's hardly likely the dead ones will be along.
No other Hickory Woods have contacted you?
No, Billy and his solicitor are coming this evening. Providing no other Hickory Woods have arrived by tonight, he can sign the agreement and I'll hand over the money. Have you got it with you?
Oh, yes, Mr. Hardcastle.
Jonathan, you're not giving the money in cash, surely?
I am that.
Oh, yes, a most deductible item.
Well, make yourself useful. Take my sister along to the ballroom.
I'd be delighted.
And tell them musicians to keep on playing.
Yes?
You should be right at home among all them fiddlers.
You are awful, Daddy. What would you do without Aunt Amy?
Get roaring drunk.
You'll never change.
I'm all right as I am. If there's anyone to worry about, it's you. Getting mixed up with all these la-di-da arty types. You can't tell the men from the women half the time.
No, Daddy, don't go on about it.
All this nonsense about art.
I think it's worthwhile.
It's worth nought. You should stop at home here. It's time you settled down.
You just want me to have babies and get married.
I do, but not in that order.
Well, if you're so keen to see me married, you'll be pleased to know that I might get engaged this weekend.
Oh, will you, Who to?
He's been leading up to it. Clifton Weaver.
Clifton? I'm having none of that.
I haven't decided what I'll say yet.
I don't mind you deciding, as long as you say no.
He's got personality and charm.
Aye, that's probably the name of the scent he's using. You marry that one, and your kids will turn out to look like one of your paintings.
And what's wrong with that?
If you think I want grandchildren with mugs like that, you're very much mistaken.
Coming, coming. Coming, coming. Coming, coming.
Stand close behind me, Billy. There was no one at the door. There was welcome on the mat, so we come straight in. Search no more. The beneficiary is found. May I present Mr. Billy Hickory Wood? Billy! Billy! Hello. Billy! Oh, here I am. Be so kind as to inform Mr. Hardcastle that Mr. Billy Hickory Wood is here with Charles Barnett, his legal representative.
Your thing, sir.
Thank you, my man. Thank you, my man. Thank you, my man.
Your thing, sir.
Thank you, my man. Thank you, my man.
Don't take your hat off, will you?
No, I wasn't going to. Now then, Billy, I'm passing myself off as your solicitor.
What for?
They've advertised for you. They're very likely going to give you a couple of quid. You've got to be legally represented. Now, what's the point in us spending all our money hiring a solicitor when all I've got to do is put on a posh suit and a top hat?
We don't know what it's all about. I haven't seen Mr. Hardcastle since I worked in this mill as a lad.
Why do you think he went to all this trouble to try and find you?
Perhaps I forgot to stamp my card.
Mr. Hardcastle's obviously a man of substance, so you've got to make an impression on him. So for God's sake, don't let on you're only a painter's mate to my decorating business.
Why not?
Because a painter's mate ain't genteel. You can see he's rolling in dough.
Aye, it must be. Even the statue smokes cigars.
Give me that.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Mr. Hardcastle?
No, I was looking for him myself. I'm Arnold Piper, his solicitor.
Oh.
I represent Piper and Morden.
Yeah, well, and ain't that a coincidence? I represent Barnett and
Edgware.
Edgware. No. The good old English firm of Barnett and Cohen.
Oh, really? And which one are you?
I'm Barnett.
You must be Cohen.
No, I've only just arrived.
No. You made a right wicket there. This here is Billy Hickorywood, the well-known beneficiary.
Ah, splendid.
Yes, isn't it? I'm his solicitor.
I'm surprised we haven't met before.
I've been working up north.
What doing?
Soliciting.
No, I've been working on the case of the Scarlet Bedroom.
Oh, interesting. And where are your chambers?
In the Scarlet Bedroom.
He's got such a sense of the comical.
In here, you say?
There's Mr. Hardcastle now.
Watch it, boy, watch it.
Out of way, Piper. Billy Hickorywood. I could tell it were you. Who's this?
Charles Barnett, his solicitor.
His solicitor, eh? Well, Billy, you've come up in the world since you worked for me. What line of business are you in now?
I'm a painter.
Not another one. Oh, well, it's a step up from working at mill. What do you do? Oils or watercolours?
I don't do either.
No, he does the lot. Oils, watercolours.
Whitewash, flatwash, emulsion.
You'll have to get used to his artistical, comical nature.
Well, I'm glad he's got a sense of humour. You'll have something in common with my Cynthia. She paints herself.
How does she get round the back?
He's such a card.
Well, let's get down to business, shall we?
This is it, boy. If he offers you 10, you stick up for 20.
Billy Hickorywood, I have it in mind to give you 10.
I want 20.
£10,000 in cash. Pardon your Samuel Hickorywood's only living relative.
Live, boy, live.
It's a pot of brass I'm giving away. Here, get up off your knees. I can't stand crawlers. Are any of your dad's relatives still alive?
Not that I know of, no.
This has been a bit of a shock for William. I'd like to have a confab in private with my client just to discuss the legal aspect of the matter.
Good idea, Barnett. Piper, give us a push. The pair of you better stop for weekend. We're having a party. Oh, and by the way, we're going to dress.
Be a bit chilly if we didn't.
Chilly. With 10,000 quid, boy, we could wrap ourselves up in pound notes.
I'm sure I haven't any relations.
Now, look, son, so long as no one else turns up, we're OK, because you're the only one that can get the money. By the way, did you find your birth certificate?
I've got it on me.
Good, because we might need that. Now, if we're going to go to a party, I've got to find a couple of dress suits.
And I've got to go home.
Oh,
I told my missus I'd be home early.
you shouldn't have told nothing to that Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, my Winnie, she's a little love. She's got it up here.
Just as well, because she ain't got it nowhere else. Now, look, you're staying here till we get the 10,000 quid. Where can I keep you out of the way for 10 minutes? Let's try in here.
Oh, I couldn't help but overhear. I was cleaning the keyhole.
What with, your ear roll?
An unfortunate habit, but most useful on occasions. I thought these dress suits might come in handy.
Marvellous, that's just what we need.
May I say, Mr. Barnett, that I find this situation most comical.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, you passing him off as a portrait painter. Passing yourself off as a solicitor. Me passing my hand out for a £1 note to keep me trap shut.
That'd be blackmail.
Oh, no, sir. Extortion.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
You realise this will be blood money?
I need the transfusion.
Well, that's the last quid you'll get out of me.
Don't worry, sir. It'll be well invested. I've a good tip on the dogs tonight. Here's your dinner jackets.
Char.
Has anybody seen Jug?
Who's that?
Sounds like Mr. Clifton Weaver. He's an art critic and connoisseur of painting. Here, he'll soon rumble that you're not a real artist.
Oh, heck, I'm off home.
No. Come here, Billy. No. Stay here and keep quiet. We don't want nobody asking no question.
Oh, Jug, I seem to have mislaid my dinner jacket.
Really, sir?
Yes. Isn't that it?
Eh? Oh, yes, so it is. I was just pawning it off.
Sorry.
Dusting it off.
How very kind of you. What about the trousers?
What about the trousers, sir?
Where are they?
I was just having them pressed.
I can't wear them like that.
Eh? Well, perhaps you can play them like this. Don't worry, sir. I'll have them pressed up and as good as new.
Thank you. Oh, I don't think we've met. My name's Weaver.
We go to the same tailor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Weaver the wearer. Charlie Barnett's the name.
Oh, yes, you're down here with an artist friend, Mr. Hickorywood. Yes, I'd like to see some of his work. Is he showing anything at the moment?
I hope not.
Well, maybe I'll meet him later on. Oh, Jug,
Oh, yes, sir.
don't forget about those trousers.
Very good, sir.
Right.
Come on, you.
Downstairs,
Take them clothes, perform a miracle, and come back looking like a gentleman.
which will constitute a miracle.
Good evening. Good evening.
My name's Hickory Wood. Rupert Hickory Wood. I came in answer to an advertisement in the paper. I got rather lost wandering around the grounds and came in through the garden. I hope that's all right. Oh, it's a lovely evening. May I please see Mr. Hardcastle?
No!
That face! It's amazing!
It's horrible.
It can't be all that bad. May I please see Mr. Hardcastle?
No! Jug, keep Toby at the door.
Leave it to me.
Perhaps I'd better explain things. I'm Charles Barnett, the legal advisor round here.
Oh, I see.
Are you absolutely sure that your name is Hickory Wood?
Positive. Rupert Hickory Wood.
Rupert? Well, who was your father?
Samuel Hickory Wood.
Well, how come Billy don't know about you?
Billy?
Yeah, Billy, your twin brother.
You mean to say I've got a twin brother? Well, that's wonderful.
Marvellous. I feel sick. Do you mean to say that you didn't know you had a twin brother?
Well, no. Well, you see, from what I could gather, the family went broke before I was born, and we had to be split up. I was brought up by a distant auntie in Wapping.
Ah, how topping for Wapping.
Well, that settles it. You come down here for nothing. Goodbye.
Yes, but what about the advertisement in the paper? I thought I was in for some cash.
Well, you ain't. Hardcastle's giving my Billy the 10,000 quid so long as there's no other living relative. Now, you don't want to queer his pitch, do you?
No, I don't.
So why don't you shove off?
Well, no, but Mr. Barnett. If anyone sees Mr. Rupert leaving now, they might mistake him for Mr. Billy and start asking awkward questions.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we hide him here until after the party, and then he can make a surreptitious scarper?
Hide him where?
I know, the pantry.
Somebody might find him in a pantry.
No, I think not, sir. Me and Cook have been most fortunate so far. You'll find him most congenial. I'll lay on coffee and sandwiches.
OK, off you go with Jug.
Oh, what about my suitcase?
Oh, never mind your suitcase. Oh, and if you bump into anybody, just pretend to be Billy.
How do I do that?
Just act stupid.
Follow me, Mr. Rupert. This way. Come on, sir. Fast as you can.
Barnett? Barnett, where's Hickory Wood?
He's downstairs. Upstairs.
He can't be in two places at once.
That's what you think.
Here, Barnett. Hold this. Surprising what they can do with wheelchairs these days. Thanks. Cheers. Now, look here, Barnett. I need a bit of help. My daughter looks as though she might make a fool of herself with this Weaver bloke. I want Billy to make sure that Weaver doesn't get a chance to propose to her this weekend.
Well, how's he going to manage that?
I don't care. See that the pair of them are never alone. Dance every dance with Cynthia. Keep her occupied. She's coming into a lot of money one day, and I don't want a bloke like Weaver to get his hands on that.
No.
So you see that Billy gets cracking. I'll tell Cynthia he's here.
Oh, by the way, Mr. H, what does this Miss Cynthia look like?
That's her.
Lord, what must her mother look like?
Charlie! Charlie!
What's up, son?
I've just seen Joe taking me downstairs.
Billy, that wasn't you.
Well, it was a bloke which pinched my face.
It happens to be your twin brother.
I didn't know I'd got a twin brother.
Well, you have, but he's been taken care of. Now, look, Hardcastle wants you to do him a little favour.
Oh, does he?
He wants you to charm his daughter, Cynthia, and keep her occupied.
Oh, I can't do that. My Winnie says I've got to stay celebrate.
Celebrate? If you succeed with Cynthia, you'll go back to your missus with a tidy sum.
What?
A tidy sum.
Oh, I thought you said a tiny son.
And if you don't succeed, you'll very likely go back with nothing.
What's this Cynthia look like?
That's her.
Oh!
Steady the buffs. You've got to make an impression on her.
Looks like someone's done that already.
Look, son, if it's putting you off, I'll turn her face to the wall.
That's her face.
Don't worry, son. She's gorgeous, really gorgeous. Oh, blimey.
Well, if you say so, Charlie, I don't mind having a bash.
Having a bash? You've got to be more subtle than that with Cynthia. She's different to your missus.
Aye, she's got two noses for one thing.
Well, I can see I'm going to have to start at the beginning with you. Now then. Miss Cynthia is sitting there. There, there. Now, when you see her sitting there, you go up to her and say, I'm charmed to meet you, I'm sure. Go on, say it.
To her?
Yeah, go on.
to meet you, I'm sure.
Well, look, John, put on a smile. Is that a smile? For God's sake, don't start laughing.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
No, it's all right, son. You're doing very well. Now you go up to her and say, I trust I meet with your approval.
Can I have you on approval?
Meet with her approval.
Oh, meet with her approval.
Now you say, I hope to get to know you better at the weekend.
I trust I meet with your approval and hope to get to know your weekend better.
You better keep quiet after that, look.
You'd better keep quiet after that lot.
No. Just ask her to excuse you and go in the garden.
Yeah, what for?
Say you want to admire the flowers.
Flowers? I can remember that.
Don't strain yourself, all right. Now, you wait here for Miss Hardcastle and I'll wait for you out in the garden. Oi, put on the posh, stand up straight, look intelligent, now lean nonchalantly against the chair.
Fell over.
Oh, God.
Oh, Mr. Hickory Wood?
Aye?
I'm Miss Hardcastle.
Ooh, heck. I'm charmed to meet you, I'm sure. Can I have you on approval for the weekend? Better keep quiet about that lot. Yes, I have to go and be excused in the garden. Among the flowers.
Get back in there.
I'm Miss Hardcastle.
Oh,
Jonathan's sister.
his sister? Well, I can see there's been some slight misunderstanding. Permit me, Charles Barnett.
Oh, how do you do?
You met Mr. Hickory Wood?
Charmed to meet you, I'm sure.
Jonathan tells me he's an artist.
An artist, madam. You see standing before you a veritable Leonardo da Vinci. Can't you see the genius in his face, the intelligence in his eyes, the determination in his mouth? Can't you see the eye forehead denoting the brains?
Oh, yes, I can.
Can you?
I was wondering if Mr. Hickory Wood would grant me a small favour.
Would you?
Aye, Mr. Hickory Wood. I will.
Anything, dear lady, anything.
Well, you see, my present for Cynthia hasn't arrived yet, so I was wondering if Mr. Hickory Wood would paint me. Just a small sketch in watercolours. I hope you don't think I'm presumptuous, but it would be such a surprise for Cynthia.
All right, you are.
But I can't paint.
At the moment, you see, on the way down here, the poor boy lost his palette.
Aye?
Now, what I mean is, he lost his painting gun.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Barnett. We'll borrow Cynthia's.
Hey? Now see what you've gone and done. You make a mess with Cynthia, and she wouldn't bother with you if you was the last man on earth.
If I was the last man on earth, I'd be too busy to bother with her.
Would he,
Excuse me, Mr. Barnett. There's a female person inquiring for Mr. Billy. She says she's his missus.
Here, it's my Winnie.
Winnie, what's she doing down here?
Well, I left her a note to tell her where we'd gone.
No, you stay here. Now, look, since we come down here, you've told one or two minor white lies. Now, your Winnie has a nauseating regard for the truth. She'll want to know what's going on. Knowing Winnie, she'll find out and she'll talk. So, you hang on in here, and I'll tell her that you've gone home.
I shouldn't have secrets for my wife.
You shouldn't have a wife like Winnie.
This way, Mum.
Hello, Charlie. Thank you, my good man.
Don't want any change, do you?
Where's my Billy?
I hoped you'd ask that.
You weren't disappointed then. Oh, Charlie Barnett, what mischief have you got him into this time?
Mischief, we only come down here to paint the front of the house.
So where's my Billy then?
He went home early, didn't want to do no overtime.
I don't believe a word of it. I saw all them fancy women in the ballroom.
Fancy women?
Aye, you're trying to lay my Billy on with a bit of fluff.
Oh, Winnie, I am not.
Let's hope not. Anyway, he's around here somewhere, and I'm not leaving till I find him. So there.
Winnie! Winnie!
Can I see my Winnie?
No, you can't see your Winnie.
But I want to see my Winnie.
Get back in there!
I say, Mr. Barnett, could I possibly retrieve my suitcase?
Ah, Mr. Hickory Wood, I've got the equipment now. How would you like me? I'll get the rest of the things, then you can put me where you want me.
Good God.
I've been looking everywhere for you. Here, what are you doing in that dining suite? I don't want no fibs. Don't you want to know why I've come down? I got your note and I wanted to tell you right away. We've done it. And all this time, isn't it marvellous?
It's miraculous. I couldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, I didn't.
Here, say that again.
Say what again?
What are you talking like that for?
What for?
Like the 10 o'clock news.
Look here. I think you're making a mistake about a great many things.
Oh!
Billy or Rupert?
Well,
2 and 2?
4.
You're Rupert.
Charlie Barnett, you're trying to turn my Billy against me.
You're Billy? Oh, blimey.
Would someone please explain?
All this posh talk. I bet he's told those high-class girls he's single. He won't even admit he's the father of my...
The father of your... Oh, Winnie, my little
Yes,
love.
but I'd like to say...
So would I. Congratulations.
Now, look here, miss. I mean, Mrs., I'm sure. I think you're very charming. It's a great compliment, and I'd like to thank you. But I'm certainly not the father of your...
There, Winnie, my little love.
I don't know what's come over him.
It's the shock of having a baby.
But why's he gone all la-di-da? He used to be so sweet, and now he's proper daft.
Winnie, look. Here, what's the matter? What are you crying for?
Oh, you've dropped it now, have you?
Dropped what?
And I thought you'd be that pleased about, you know.
Hey, you know.
Oh, you mean I'm a daddy?
You're right, though. Take it easy.
Oh, but Winnie, look.
You didn't seem all that pleased the first time.
You mean this is the second one we've had?
Come on, look, let's go home.
No, he is staying here. You go home and rest.
Aye, Charlie says I've got to keep Cynthia busy.
Keep Cynthia busy.
Well, it's all right. I'll be home just as soon as I've left an impression on her.
I thought you were up here after fancy women. Well, don't fret, don't fret. I'm going to find this Cynthia and sort her out.
Oh, thank Charlie, we won't have copied now.
Go after her and keep her occupied.
How do I do that?
Oh, tell her she's a little love.
Whoa, Winnie, you are a little love.
Things are tricky, Mr. Barnett. Very tricky indeed.
You're a great comfort, you with her. Oh, there must be an easier way of earning 10,000 quid.
Well, you might try bingo.
Here, can you fix me up with another dress suit?
I could try another outfitter's. Drop.
Can't I have this one on tick?
Certainly not. Terms strictly cash. Oh, that reminds me. You owe me a quid for Mr. Rupert's sandwiches.
A pan? What was in them? Caviar?
No, sir. Spam.
Billy or Rupert?
Well,
2 and 2?
4.
You're Rupert. What are you doing back in here?
Trying to retrieve my suitcase.
Never mind your perishing suitcase. Push off back to the pantry.
In here, Daddy. Good evening. Mr. Hickory Wood?
No.
Daddy said I'd find him here, and I was to introduce myself. I'm Cynthia Hardcastle.
Are you really?
Mr. Hickory Wood?
Yes. Thank you very much.
How do you do?
Oh, I do very well. Thank you.
I'm Charles Barnett. I'm Charles Barnett.
How do you do? Oh. This is Mr. Barnett, Billy's advisor. I mean my advisor.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Have you struck oil yet?
Mr. Hickory Wood, drinks are being served by the swimming pool.
You'll catch your death of cold out there.
That's all right. I'll get my wrap.
Good idea. Don't hurry. Mr. Hickory Wood will still be here when you get back. Only not this one. Downstairs, you.
I say, she's rather nice, isn't she?
Ah, Mr. Hickory Wood, are you ready for me?
Pardon?
I've got the rest of Cynthia's things.
What does she want me to do?
Paint her.
Paint? But I only dabble.
Well, start dabbling. You can do better than Billy can.
All we need now is the easel. It's behind that screen. Billy, would you get it for me? Billy?
That's you.
Oh, yes, with pleasure.
Oh, allow me to retrieve you this great weight, madam.
Oh,
If you
thank
care to
you.
park yourself there, the artist will be with you at una momenta.
Lovely.
Charlie, I can't find my
Jug, he was just going out for a little stroll. All right, Billy, put up the canvas.
What? We going sailing?
No, we're going painting. Put that board on this easel.
Oh. That's it. Oh, heck. Charlie, what do I do first?
First you put her the way you want to paint her.
Oh, all artistic, like I know what you want. Here, come here. We're gonna make you artistic, like. Here. Charlie, I like this. Oh, I know what he likes. He likes this. Well, he loves surprises. Look.
Right, Peter. Blimey, what's she got, a toothache?
Well, you said wrap it up. What do I do now?
Oh, first, you take the palette, like so. You stick your thumb through the hole here, like so. You take the brush, like so. You dip it in the paint, like so. You shake off the superfluosity, and you're in business. That's it. Now, thumb through the hole. No, ding-dong, like an hitchhiker.
Oh,
That's it, yeah. That's it. Now, shake. Don't move. Oh, you forgot to do a full beard, didn't you? Get out of it. Is it all off?
aye.
Thumb. Perspective. Thumb perspective.
Thumper what?
Get the perspective of her face with your thumb. Now paint it. Her face! No, come here. I'll get you all started off, Billy. Come over here. Now look, I'll show you. See? All the way round like that. See? And then all the way round like that. And then this little bit at the bottom here, that there is her chin. Now, what I want you to do, Billy, is start off with her eyes sort of gazing upwards like. Okay? Well, what's all the red for?
Oh, she's on the booze.
All right, now do her hair.
Do her hair?
Yeah. Hey, you forgot the bails.
That's it.
All right now, Billy. Where's her ear? Where's her ear?
She's sitting on it.
Not her ear there, her ear here. All right, now do her mouth.
Do her mouth? Yeah. All right, she's whistling.
All right, where are her teeth?
So blow them out.
All right, now do her nose.
Do her nose.
Yeah. Madam!
You finished?
Aye. Yeah. It's going to hurt you a lot more than it does me, isn't it, lovely, eh? Madam!
You have to fancy with Winnie.
Winnie, don't touch him. Winnie.
I'll deal with you later, Charlie Barnett. And as for you, you should be ashamed of yourself, fast cat. Billy!
Why aren't you lot in ballroom? And what the heck's that?
Oh, it's Mr. Hickorywood's portrait of me, Jonathan.
Oh, I see what he's getting at, aye.
Well, I think we ought to sue him for defamation of character.
I'll get Jug to frame it.
Now, me. They're playing a waltz, Miss Amy. Would you care to join me?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Piper.
Piper, don't let that bag out of your sight.
Really, Mr. Hardcastle?
That bag.
Sorry. Looking for the ballroom.
That way?
Jug?
Always on the alert, sir.
Jug, get me a refill.
Yes, sir, with pleasure, sir. Brandy, sir.
Aye, and get that damn diesel out of here.
That also will be a pleasure, sir. Pop goes the easel.
Barnett, is Billy keeping my Cynthia occupied?
Oh, yes, Mr. H.
Good. I'll go and meet the rest of the guests. It'll be too bad for you if some more Hickory Woods arrive with them.
Oh, don't say that, not even in jest.
I say.
Billy or Rupert? 2 and 2? 4. You're Rupert. What are you doing back in here?
It's getting chilly out there.
Why don't you push off back to the pantry?
Here I am, Billy.
Oh, I say.
Have I kept you waiting?
Well, of course not.
Now, what about our drink in the garden?
No, you can't take him in the garden.
Why not?
Well, look what happened to Adam and Eve.
Billy?
I wish I was. I'm glad I am.
Oh, you're at it again, are you? I've been looking for you in garden. And where's that thing you were wearing on your head?
Now, look here, Winnie.
Keep quiet. That girl was cuddling you.
Oh, she?
Well, what about me?
I don't think she wants to cuddle you.
May I ask what you're doing here?
Getting my Billy out of it.
You, Billy. Oh, I see. This belongs to Billy.
Oh, so you admit it now, do you?
Yes. No.
Look, I think you're making a mistake.
You keep out of this. You're no better than you ought to be.
I think you're mad.
Good man, wiping my Billy down the little paint your front and then making eyes at him round the back.
What on earth?
What's he doing back at that thing?
You're suffocating there.
I'll just take him down to the kitchen and get a tin opener.
What's all this, woman? Who's that?
It's Billy, Mr. H.
Billy, what's he doing?
Sailor's on pipe.
Silly young fool, come out!
It's his master's voice.
Billy!
Will you be quiet?
Will you not shut up? Young lady, will you come over here? And you, Cynthia. Now, see here, miss.
Missus, if you don't mind.
Oh, you're out of that contraption now, are you? What contraption? That gramophone horn. You were wearing it on your nut, remember?
Oh, was I? Yes. I don't think it suited me. You're Mr. Hardcastle, I take it.
Of course I'm Mr. Hardcastle.
I'm delighted to meet you.
What the blazes are you talking about? Where did you get that la-di-da voice from?
La-di-da?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Mr. H. It was during the Great War. He was Arrow at the time, and they made him evacuate to our University at Halifax.
Oh, yes, that's quite right, Halifax.
What are you bobbing up and down for?
Oh, it must be the beans I had for lunch.
Beans?
Yes, jumping beans.
What's the matter with everybody? Barnett, come over here.
Get rid of him.
Young lady, will you tell me what you're doing in my house?
I'm getting my Billy out of it.
He says he doesn't even know you.
He's my husband.
Now what are you doing?
Oh, bird watching.
What was that noise?
The mating call.
This is serious. This young lady says she's married to you.
Yes.
She most certainly is not.
What?
Are you sure?
Positive she's married to Mr. Barnett.
Hey?
What?
Why didn't you say so?
Well, we've been trying to keep it a little secret.
Oh!
There, Winnie, my love. Don't get so excited.
Your missus seems to be a bit overwrought. You and her had better stop for weekend.
Yeah, eh?
And then you'll be able to keep an eye on her.
Oh, yeah, there is that.
Oh.
You better stay, Winnie, my little
I
love.
don't know what you're up to, Charlie Barnett. Are we stopping then?
Oh, yes, rather.
Promised to pick the winning raffle tickets.
Oh, aye, Amy. This young lady's stopping for weekend. She's Mr. Barnett's missus.
I'm Billy's missus, aren't I, Billy?
She's a bit upset at the moment, but Mr. Barnett's very good with her.
Oh, poor thing. Anyway, we're having a party tonight. You'll enjoy that.
I haven't got my party frock.
Never mind, you can borrow one of mine. Come along.
Aye, we're having dancing and all. You and Mr. Barnett can have a second honeymoon.
He's done it again.
Is that Mr. Hickory Wood in there?
Yeah, it's his deaf aid.
It's very loud.
Well, he's very deaf.
It's not deaf at all. He's just playing the fool again.
Surely that's part of my gramophone.
Well, he's very musical.
Well, how on earth did he get in there?
He keeps popping in and out.
Well, get him out a bit.
Oh, garden.
You haven't left the room.
Well, if I haven't left the room, you've got a lot of trees in here.
I've lent Mrs. Barnett a dress.
Well, fix the rest of us up with straitjackets. We're all going round Bend. I'm going to have a drink.
No!
What do you mean, no?
You can't have a drink, you're driving. Billy, get Mr. H a bottle of brandy.
Where's he gone with my brandy?
For the soda.
The soda, where from?
From the fountain. I'll go and get him.
Mr. Mr. Hickory Wood's behaving very strangely, Jonathan. Do you think he drinks?
I shouldn't think so. I expect he's excited about the money.
Oh, you're back, are you?
Oh, am I? Yes, now, it was getting stuffy.
In the garden?
Is that brandy?
What have you done with my brandy?
Well, I never touched the stuff.
You just rushed out into the garden with it.
What did I do that for?
I don't know. Go and get my brandy back, and Barnett, too.
Yeah, where is he?
He was with you, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't think so. No.
In the garden.
I'm sorry if I'm acting a little strangely.
That's all right. Hurry back and we'll join the party.
Oh, yes. I'd like that. I'll go get a Mr. Brandy and a bottle of Barnett.
Maybe it's my imagination, but I thought Mr. Hickory Wood spoke with a North Country accent.
Did you? Well, I expect he's trying to improve his speech, but sometimes forgets. I must say, he does seem a little absent-minded.
But quite nice looking, dear.
You didn't introduce me.
Who took?
Me brother, Jug.
Jug, what's he doing in the garden?
Picking berries.
It's pitch black.
Ah, the blackberries.
Billy, what do you think of the dress?
Winnie, you look like a crushed grape.
The band's playing.
Would you like to dance, Billy?
Ah, come on, Winnie.
Well, really? I'd better give Clifton the dance I promised him.
Now, don't worry, Cynthia, dear.
Barnett, Billy shouldn't be gallivanting around with your missus.
How right you are, Mr. H.
Well, tell him to go cracking with Cynthia on the dance floor. He can dance, can't he?
Well, they don't call it twinkle toes for nothing.
I'll tell Cynthia he's panting for the next dance. I might have a go myself. Musical chairs.
Ah, Mr. Barnett. I was looking for Cynthia. She promised me the next dance.
Bad luck, son. Billy's booked it and all the others.
Your Billy's becoming rather a thorn in my side, Mr. Barnett. I have my own plans for Cynthia.
I'll bet you have.
And they do not include Mr. Hickory Wood. I'd be most upset if I thought he was, poaching on my preserves.
Well, may the best man win.
I'm sure I will. I've spent a considerable amount of time and money cultivating Cynthia. I do not intend to come away empty-handed. I trust you see my point.
Trouble, Mr. Barnett. Big trouble.
What's up?
It's that Winnie. She's creating in the ballroom, trying to find out from Mr. Billy what's going on.
Oh, God, well, we'll have to keep Winnie out of Billy's way.
I've got a much better idea. Why don't we keep Winnie out of everybody's way?
Well, how are we going to manage that?
Sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills? Are they harmful?
On the contrary, they're very beneficial. She'll wake up after a couple of hours feeling most refreshed.
Marvellous, she needs a little rest anyway.
I'll pass it off as the punch being too potent.
Jug, you're worth your weight in gold.
I will be by the time I've finished with you.
Oh.
Now to pep up the punch post-haste.
Ah, I say, Billy or Rupert?
Well, 2 and 2.
4.
I'm Rupert. I've been looking for you in a bottle of brandy.
Never mind the drink, son. I've got a little idea for you.
I'm not too keen on your ideas.
Now, look, Billy is supposed to be impressing Cynthia and keeping her occupied. Now, I think Cynthia's more likely to be impressed with you than what she is with Billy.
Oh, thank you.
Not only that, but Weaver's turning nasty. I think you could deal with him better than Billy. So, we'll keep Billy out of the way while you get cracking on Cynthia.
That's a good idea.
As Billy on the dance floor.
That's not such a good idea. Mr. Barnett, I don't dance very well.
Well, you've only got to keep in time with the band.
Well, I do, but they won't keep time with me. Really, Mr. Barnett? My left foot doesn't do what my right foot is doing.
Billy's left foot doesn't even know it's got a right foot.
Oh, Billy. Daddy tells me you'd like to dance.
Excuse me?
I expect so.
Good, excuse me.
Oh, he's so shy. He don't want to dance in front of all them people.
I see. That's all right. We'll play the gramophone in here.
Really, Mr. Barnett, I must go.
Go?
Yes, I'm going for a jiffy. Won't be a glass of water. I need a drink.
Here, come back, limping. Say you've sprained your ankle. Come back, limping, and say you've sprained... Hasn't it gone quiet in here? Ain't that lad just busting with charm and elegance?
Yes, he certainly is different.
Yeah, it's a champion party.
Rupert's taking over for you.
Oh, you weren't very thirsty.
The water was too cold. Limp. What for? Limp! Now he's gone and sprained his ankle.
No, I haven't. You're treading me foot.
Anyway, he can't dance now. Isn't that a shame?
I'm all right. Yeah, that's nice music. What sort of dance do you do to that?
You can't even walk straight. Let alone dance.
It's a tango.
Hi! I've seen it in pictures. I'm all right once I get going.
Get going out the door.
Ready, Billy?
Hi! Don't do it, son. This is the dance when you waggle your bottom.
Oh, God. My wife went to the West Indies.
Jamaica?
No, she went of her own accord. He's just gone into the garden. I'll go and see he don't break into a floral dance. I'll kill him!
Ah, there you are, Cynthia. I've been looking everywhere for you, my dear.
Have you?
Yes, I haven't seen you all evening. You look marvelous.
I've been dancing with Mr. Hickory Wood.
Oh,
Yes, he's quite fantastic.
you seem to be spending a lot of time with him. Don't forget I'm your guest, too.
Now, Clifton.
I see this Hickory Wood seems to have affected you somewhat.
Oh, really? I hardly know him.
Love at first sight?
Don't be silly.
It's you silly, my dear. He's not half good enough for you.
Oh, isn't he?
Well, what can he offer you? No position, no money?
Perhaps those things don't interest me.
Cynthia, my dear, I can read you like a book.
We'll stop thumbing through the pages, not intruding, I hope.
No, I believe Mr. Weaver was just leaving.
Very well, perhaps you'll give me a dance tonight?
Oh, yes, I think I can manage that. I'll tell you something, Miss Cynthia, I don't much care for that fella.
Perhaps he's not your type, Mr. Barnett.
No, what I mean is you can't compare him with a charming and elegant Billy, can you?
No, I must admit Mr. Hickory Wood is different.
Yes, he is.
In fact, he seems different every time I meet him.
Yes. Steve, what might like to know, I've dealt with Winnie.
Oh, what's that, Jug?
I'm just seeing to Mrs. Barnett's sleeping arrangements.
Oh, good. Have you fixed her up?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I say, Cynthia. Psst, psst. Oh, yes. Oh, I seem to have hurt my ankle.
You were quite marvellous.
Was I?
Show me those steps again.
What steps?
The steps leading into the garden. I'm sure you must be feeling thirsty.
Yes, I know. We'll go down to the pool and have a long drink.
Well, I'm not as thirsty as all that.
In his hands rests my future.
Our future. Here's your dinner jacket.
So, there won't be no repercussions this time.
Oh, no, sir. I borrowed it off the second drummer.
Eh?
It's all right. He can always hide behind his triangle.
Charlie.
What's up, son?
It's my Winnie. I don't like the look of her.
Well, that makes two of us.
She took one drink of punch and just passed out.
Oh, she's always had a weak head. I'll see no harm comes to her. Now, you keep out of the way while Rupert pretends to be you.
Oh, there's naught to do in there.
Now, here. Read this.
Oh, what is it?
Telephone directory.
Barnett, your Billy must be doing a good job, Barnett. That Weaver's getting nowhere with our Cynthia.
He's a good lad, is my Billy.
Well, we might as well get the agreement signed. I can't see no other Hickory Woods turning up.
Thank God for that.
Piper, are you still clutching that briefcase, Piper?
Oh, yes, Mr. Hardcastle.
That's him, his knitting bag.
My word.
You blithering idiot. There's £10,000 in that briefcase.
I had it when I was dancing with Miss Amy. We must have got mixed up.
Push us back into ballroom. If you've lost that money, Piper, I'll make you marry Amy first thing in the morning, and I'll spread around the rumour that she's got a bun in the oven.
And what are you laughing at?
Well, it struck me as rather comical. After all the money you forked out to me, if they've gone and lost your 10,000 quid...
You've got a sadistic sense of humour, you have.
Cynthia, I enjoyed that walk.
So did I.
Cynthia.
Yes?
I don't always enjoy walking.
Don't you?
Oh, no. Well, you see, there's walks. And there's walks.
Yes.
Oh, yes. With you, I enjoyed walking.
Well, I can see we're going to be in the way here. I think I'd better go and ring up the chambers and see how the chambermaids are.
Yes, and I'll put the cook out and kiss the cat goodnight.
Where were we? Where were we?
Oh, walking. I'm not keeping you, am I, from the party?
No, I'd rather...
Yes?
I'd rather have a rest.
Yes. Well, it's nice to have a rest after a walk, isn't it?
Yes. Billy.
Where?
Billy.
Oh, yes.
You know, Billy, I'm not quite sure where I am with you.
Well, that's all right. I'm not quite sure myself.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. But I do know that I find you terribly attractive. Oh. It's so beautiful the way the sun lights up the hair in your ear. Cynthia, I know we haven't... Cynthia, may I ask you something? If I wasn't who you thought I was, but somebody you didn't think I am, would you like me if I was somebody else?
Whoever you were, I'd like you a lot.
Would you really? Cindy, I know we haven't known one another for a long time, but I have a proposal to make.
Yes.
I need someone
Yes.
to do my ironing.
Ironing?
Yes. And my cooking, too.
Why don't you hire a daily help?
That's no good. What about the evenings? I get so terribly lonely.
Well, perhaps you need a dog.
Well, our doggy needs a mistress, and so do I. Cynthia, do you like children?
Very much.
Yes, well, what I've always thought is that my children must have a mummy.
That sounds feasible.
Don't you want your children to have a mummy?
What are you trying to say?
Oh. What I'm trying to say is that I'm me, and you're you. And that's such a big difference. And what with me being me and you being you, it would be so handy for the children.
With such a large family, oughtn't we to get married first?
Oh, why bother? Oh, yes. Cynthia, darling, you mean...
Give me 2 minutes to think about it. Billy, would you really care for me if it wasn't for the money?
I've loved you from the moment I first saw you.
Oh, Billy.
I say, it's better than walking, isn't it?
You stay here, my pet. I think it's a marvelous idea to give you £10,000, Billy.
So do I. Billy? But I'm not Billy. No, I'm not getting £10,000. Cynthia, darling!
How it goes, son? I think she loves me. Marvellous. That settles Weaver. Now all we've got to do is get the agreement signed.
And I'm going to tell Mr. Hardcastle the truth.
Marvellous. Now all we've got to do is keep you out of the way, eh?
My mind is made up.
You can't do that. You tell the truth and nobody will get nothing. What about Billy? What about me?
It's the only thing for a gentleman to do. And even if I'm not a gentleman, I'm going to do it.
Jug, where is Jug? What are you doing down there?
Getting up.
Now, you saw what he said, didn't you?
Yes, any ideas, Mr. B?
Well, if them pills work so well on Winnie, why don't we give the same treatment to Rupert?
I'm afraid I'm all out of pills. However, we could utilise these knockout drops.
Knockout drops?
Yes.
Will they work?
They do on greyhounds.
Greyhounds?
Well, sir, sleeping dogs don't bark.
Sleeping dogs don't bark. I like that.
Thought you might. Drop.
Oh, why didn't I think of it?
Now to make Mr. Rupert a member of the Kennel Club.
Yeah. Johnny! I've finished this. Can I have another one?
Oh, yeah. Come over here. I want to talk to you. What's up, Billy? What's the matter, mate? What's wrong?
Hello?
Oh, it's for you. Chuck. Hello, Chuck. I fell for it. Now, come here. I want to talk to you. Now, look, your brother's being awkward, so you've got to be Billy.
Well, I am Billy, aren't I?
Of course you're Billy.
You had me worried for a moment.
You have me worried all the time.
Mr. B, it's Mr. Rupert. He's coming up the hall.
Well, has he told Hardcastle the truth yet?
Not yet. I took the liberty of suggesting that he might find Mr. Hardcastle in here.
Quick, cocktail cabinet. When can I come out? Opening time. Now, let's hope this works. Have you got them pills?
No, but I've got the knockout drops. I suggest we have a whiskey and soda ready and waiting.
Good idea. Billy, give me the whiskey. Tom, give me the soda. The sci-fi!
God said I'd find Mr. Hardcastle in here.
Well, he was here, son, but he's just gone into the ballroom.
Is it raining, Mr. Bonnet?
No. Oh, I went in the pool and forgot to take my hat off.
No hard feelings, Mr. Bonnet?
Of course not. Here, why don't we have a little drink to celebrate?
Well, I'm glad to see you're taking it this way.
I mean, what is £10,000 anyway? Oh. All lined up?
All lined up.
Which one is it?
Middle one.
Right. Here, hang on. I think your glass is cracked. Well, why don't I have that one? We don't want you to come to no harm. No, hang on. I think you've got mine and I've got yours.
One moment, Mr. Barnett, if you don't mind. This one's mine, this one's yours, and this one is Mr. Rupert's.
Will you keep out of it?
this one will do me.
I sincerely hope so.
Are you going to propose a toast, Mr. B?
For what we are about to receive. You feeling all right?
Perfectly.
I've nobbled myself. I'll get hydrophobia.
Well, I'd better get down to business. Are you quite sure you feel okay? Absolutely.
That's better. You do look a bit funny.
I do feel a fit bunny.
A bit funny. This way to the tunnel of love, Mr. Rupert. Up,
Hoppity, hoppity,
up
into
we
the...
go. Take him in there, Juggy Baby. That's the idea.
I knocked over a glass.
Come on, Billy. How'd you come, son? Come on, Billy. No, not you, Rupert.
Oh, no. It's me, Charlie.
Billy? Well, what have you been and gone and done?
I've been and gone and polished off half a bottle of lemonade.
Lemonade? But that ain't lemonade. That's gin.
Gin.
Give me that.
What are we going to do? One dope Hickory Wood in there, one drunk one out here.
Hey, Joe, care to say a few words to the BBC?
No. What are we gonna do?
If Hardcastle sees him like that, he might change his mind about the 10,000 quid.
We'll have to sober him up and quick.
I know. Black coffee.
Black coffee. Billy, you're drunk.
I am not. Hello.
Coffee for Mr. Hickory Wood. Chicory for Hickory.
Hang on, I'm on the other line.
Put that down. Drink that up. How you feeling, Billy?
Oh, here is a cup.
I can't hear a word you're saying. Do you know you've got a banana in your mouth?
He said,
Well, why didn't he say so in the first place?
I said, take him into the garden and give him some fresh air.
No, let's walk him up and down in here. All right, take the other side. Ready?
Here we go.
And It's no good. He's just getting the breeze up.
I know. Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer, speedy Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer, je ne plus mourir.
Billy, swallow that.
And drink that.
Billy, swallow that.
And drink that.
Billy, swallow that.
And drink that.
How'd you feel, Billy? All right now, Billy, stick out your tongue. No. Like this, look.
Mr. Hickory Wood, hold out your tongue. Mr. Hickory Wood, how do you feel now?
Wet.
I know. Ice cubes down the back of his neck.
Ice cubes down the back of his neck.
Ice cube down the back of his neck.
Come on, Billy, we're going to put ice cubes all the way down the back of your lovely neck here.
Here we go, Mr. B.
Here we go.
Put that coat open and
Go.
all the way down, boys.
Billy, where's Piper? Oh, now, Billy! No, Billy! Billy! Oh, give me that!
Has anybody seen my Billy? Oh, Lord, but that time, can we go up to bed?
They can't be seen in this state.
They can't be seen in any state.
Come on, you. I want you in the library.
I want to go to bed.
I want you in the library.
Come on, Winnie, into the library, and you go. There's a good girl.
Here we go. Whoops.
Oh, there's a door from the hallway into the library. I better see that it's locked.
Charlie, I haven't got my nightie.
Winnie, you don't need your nightie.
I say, Mr. Bob.
Ah!
good boy. In you go, hop, hop, like a good bunny. Ears up, up, up.
Oh, no, me whiskey.
No!
Have you seen Mr. Hickory Wood?
He keeps popping in and out.
Cynthia just told me of their engagement.
Send him a good luck telegram.
On the contrary, Mr. Barnett, I intend to have it out with him tonight.
Oh, blimey! No! No! You stay over there. I'll manage this one over here.
No!
Charlie!
Mr. Barnett, is Mr. Hickory Wood ready to sign this agreement?
Yes!
Splendid.
Get back! When did you get back?
From where?
From where you just been.
But I haven't been.
You haven't been where you should have.
Really, Mr. Barnett.
No! He's got a key for this perishing door.
You're the funniest pair of comedians I ever come across.
I'm seeing things.
I haven't laughed so much since the O'Malley boys married the Shaughnessy twins. There was a devil of a mix-up. Those two boys got so drunk on their wedding night they couldn't tell those two lovely girls apart.
Highly comical.
In fact, they're not sure to this day if it did work out all right.
I don't believe it.
What's true? And if there was an error, those two girls have never let on, bless their darling hearts.
Never mind about those two. What about your kisser?
What's the face I was born with?
I know I'm not going to like the answer to this, but who are you?
Michael Hickory Wood from Ireland.
Is your father a travelling salesman?
Oh, I never knew the old gentleman. He went on the rocks before I was born, and I was brought up by my old Uncle Patrick. Oh, my dear old Uncle Patrick. A darling man. You'll see it on his tombstone to this day. Never lied, never cheated, never smoked. Teetotaled all his life, and finally passed peacefully away, dead drunk, smoking opium in a blother in Rangoon.
That's how we'll finish up.
Jug, post yourself outside the door and don't let nobody in.
Under the circumstances, sentry duty will be a costly item.
There you are.
You know, I wouldn't have bothered with the dogs if I'd known I was going to make a fortune on the Three Stooges.
That was a devil of a lot of money you gave that leprechaun.
How did you manage that?
Part-time conjurer, entertainer, and pickpocket. Your wallet.
Here. Anything else?
Let me see. Oh, where are your socks?
How'd you do that?
Oh, follow the bouncing finger. Here are your braces. And now to business.
There ain't going to be no business.
Shh. The wee folk.
The what?
The wee folk. They might be listening.
You rang, madam?
Well, now to the purpose of my visit. I read this notice in the Belfast Exclaminer and came straightway to see what's in it for me.
Nothing.
Well, if that isn't kind of you. But I've been listening outside that window for the past half hour.
You've been listening outside that window?
And my presence here would be embarrassing for the lot of you, especially if they was to find out that there's dreamers!
Shush! Dreamers! Not so loud! All right, you promise to Scarper and I'll give you 10%.
What's a tempting offer? I'm overwhelmed. You've touched me here. But I'd rather have the lot, eh? I intend to pass myself off as my brother Billy, take the £10,000 and the girl to boot.
Oh!
Ah, Mr. Hickory Wood.
Billy, this is one of Miss Cynthia's guests. He wants to talk to you. He's an art specialist.
I'm feeling perfectly well, thank you, Doctor.
So we meet at last.
Dr. Livingston, I presume.
No, Clifton Weaver. I suppose I should offer you my congratulations.
Congratulations.
On your success with Cynthia.
Cynthia? Oh, it's the Blarney, you know.
Well, I trust the best man won.
Sure he did.
However, to business.
Business?
Your painting.
Oh, which one would that be now?
We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it now, Mr. Barnett. I'm referring to your portrait of Miss Amy.
Me portrait of Miss Amy.
Yes, there seemed to be a certain confliction of styles. What influence would you say you're under?
Drink most of the time.
Yes, an occupational hazard. Well, let's lay our cards on the table, shall we?
Cards? We'll use mine. Pick a card. Any card at all.
Well, now, let me see here.
Not that one.
No, to business. Having studied the portrait most carefully, I come to only one conclusion.
Yes, but...
Mr. Hickory Wood has great talent.
Yes, Mr. Hickory Wood has talent.
And I'd like to commission a painting from him for my art gallery. Shall we say £100?
£100? Lovely. But this isn't what, my bucko? Isn't my lucky day, is it?
I have a cheque here for £100. If you wouldn't mind signing this receipt.
Not at all, not at all. Your pen, Charlie, on your back. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Weaver.
And with you. I shall see you anon.
Ooh, the look of the Irish. £100 for that painting? What am I going to get out of it? By way of commission, Mr. Weaver's wallet. Give me that! I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Do you mind, Mr. Barnett?
And now for the impersonation of me brother Billy. You can't impersonate Billy. Why not? Your Irish accent, for one thing. The Irish accent. I wouldn't worry about that, Charlie. What about your togs? My two Billies are done up to the nines. Togs? 'Tis but a minor detail. Ooh. I think we should continue our conversation outside. Just in case some of the family should come along. Ooh. Good idea. We can be alone out there. I'm sure we can come to an amicable solution. And don't worry about me, bucko. I knows where I can lay my hands on a darling dress suit.
I've been looking after you for 20 years, and I say this room is too cold.
It's as warm as toast.
That's what I mean, too hot.
My brandy's beginning to affect you, Jug. You'll be hearing things next. What's that?
I don't know, sir. I'll go and investigate.
I've got a feeling there's something going on in this house that I don't know about.
Couldn't see no one out there, sir. Only this.
That didn't grow in my garden.
No, we don't grow red-hot pokers, do we?
Where's Hickory Wood?
He could be in 2 or 3 places.
Well, go and find him then.
Very good, sir.
Oh, there you are, Daddy.
Ah, Mr. Hardcastle, I see you have the agreement.
Aye, now to do now but get Billy to sign it.
Oh, my head.
Aye, come, you're a keen drinker.
Oh, no.
Daddy's delighted with our news, darling.
What news is that?
That we're engaged, remember?
Oh, yes. I seem to have been out of touch with things.
All this nonsense. Come and get this agreement signed.
One moment, please. I'm going to need a witness. Miss Hardcastle, if you would kindly sit here.
There is something I must confess. I am not...
One moment.
Now what?
As you can see here, it says...
Just polishing the buff.
As I was about to say, although we know that Mr. Hickory Wood is in actual fact Mr. Hickory Wood, proof of his identity would save a lot of trouble.
Well, what do you want then?
If we could have his birth certificate, that would supply the necessary proof.
Have you got your birth certificate?
Mr. Hardcastle, you're labouring under a misapprehension. You see, I am not...
Not what?
Well, yes, I do have a birth certificate, but it won't be necessary because I am
On the contrary, Mr. Hickory Wood, I think it would be most necessary.
Mr. Hardcastle, I must confess to you, I am not...
What's the matter with you?
Something struck me.
Well, let's hear it then.
No, something struck me.
Are you all right, Mr. Piper?
Oh, yes, thank you very much.
All this larking about. Come and get this agreement signed.
Mr. Hardcastle, I must confess to you, I am not...
Hello.
Barnett, what are you doing dressed up like that for?
I've just been to a stag party.
Mr. Hardcastle, I must confess to you, I am not...
Have you got your birth certificate, darling?
Upstairs.
Oh, yes, I seem to have left it upstairs.
Well, go and get it then.
Cynthia, darling.
Yes, darling?
Don't let anyone who looks like me sign that, will you?
No, darling.
And hurry up.
Yes, darling.
Charlie!
What was that noise?
I can't hear any noise. Shut up!
It's Billy, isn't it?
I thought he went upstairs. Get him out of it.
Oh! Highly entertaining, Billy.
Darling, I've thought you were going upstairs.
What for?
Your birth certificate.
Why, I've got it on me.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I've got a birthmark as well. I can always tell who I am just by looking at it.
Where is it?
What?
The birthmark.
I'm sitting on it. Oh, blimey, she's woken up.
I'll slaughter you, Charlie Barnett. Lock me up in library, he did.
Locked you up, Mrs. Barnett.
I'm not Mrs. Barnett.
No, of course you're not. Why don't you go and lie down?
I'm not leaving my Billy. Go on, you tell them.
Hi, Winnie, look. Yeah, why don't you lie down, my dear?
Go on, Billy, what we decided.
Mr. Hardcastle, Winnie says I've got to tell the truth about... Hello, what's going on in here? They haven't having a Somebody's having a drink.
Oh, it's all right, Mr. Hardcastle. I've found the switch.
Take your finger out of my ear hole. I don't know what's going on here tonight.
Billy was just about to tell us the truth about something.
Aye.
The truth? Aye. The truth is, I'm delighted that Mr. Hardcastle has done me the honour of allowing his lovely daughter to become my betrothed.
Oh, darling.
By gum, Barnett, you've got a lot to put up with there. Come on, Piper, get the money out.
And don't worry, Mr. Hardcastle. I'll say that Cynthia wants for now. Well done, boy. And with £10,000, I'll not be wanted for no either. Hey? Oh, and thanks for the dress suit of the darling fat. Michael! Yeah, where's Billy? Safely asleep in the liquor cabinet. Oh, good.
We're ready now. Sign here, Billy.
Aye, I'm going to sign, Charlie. No, I object, Your Honour.
What?
I mean, Mr. Hardcastle, I definitely object.
Why?
Why? Well, it's one of them takeover bids.
Takeover bid?
Yeah, it's like Marx versus Spencer.
Marx versus Spencer? Really, Mr. Barnett?
If I don't get this signed, I'm going to start on the brandy.
Ow, 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 ow.
Now, what's the matter?
It's me old war wound, mustard gas on me bunion.
Let's sign, Billy, then we can join the dancing.
Aye, I'd like that. Now, where do I sign?
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your partners for the spot waltz competition.
Eh?
The spot waltz competition. First prize, a mink coat.
How gorgeous. Come on, darling.
Never mind the bloody dancing. Where do I sign?
We can wait 5 minutes. This'll be fun. A mink coat.
I don't know.
Please, darling, I've only got a skunk. Mink suits me.
And skunk suits you.
Miss Cynthia, don't you think that
We'll only be a minute. Come on, darling.
I don't know. What about the agreement?
Come on.
Come on, Piper, let's go and have a look at this spot waltz.
Oh, but I really
Shut
think...
up! Find Amy and have a go. You look lovely in mink.
Jug, that spot waltz competition was a masterpiece.
Thank you, sir. I could hear you was playing for time.
Well, it's the mink coat what done it here. Who's paying for it, Hardcastle?
No, sir, you.
Aye.
Ah, Mr. Barnett, I was hoping to find Cynthia here.
Oh, bad luck, son. She's been booked for my Billy.
Really? I think I must disagree, not after she's seen this little document.
What little document?
My agreement with Mr. Hickory Wood. As his solicitor, you'll find it quite valid. I wouldn't wish to perpetrate anything underhand.
That's only a receipt for £100 worth of painting.
Really, Mr. Barnett, 100 for that rubbish. Now, unfortunately, what Mr. Hickory Wood actually signed was this agreement with me.
I, Billy Hickory Wood, hereby promise to terminate my relationship with Miss Cynthia Hardcastle, in return for which I accept from Mr. Clifton Weaver the sum of £100.
I don't believe Cynthia will feel quite the same about him when she realizes he values her friendship at a paltry 100.
Yeah, but that's not true.
This certainly gives the impression that it is, Mr. Barnett. All's fair in love and war. When I don't get my way, I turn nasty.
He went off ages ago.
I didn't come here to be insulted.
Where do you usually go, sir?
I beg your pardon.
Bang on the box.
All right, I've got what I wanted. Now, is this thing down here your department?
Disposal of garbage, I suppose so.
Up, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sorry, looking for the ball.
That way. Get rid of this thing permanently.
I say, Mr. Barnett, I don't seem to know what's going on around here.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
I've only had 1 drink all evening, and I have the most dreadful headache, and I thought I was engaged to Cynthia, but she's in the ballroom with Billy.
Yeah, well, I can see I'm going to have to put you in the picture. That ain't Billy, that's Michael.
Oh, I see. Who's Michael?
Your other twin brother.
Mr. Barnett, that's 2 too much.
That's 3 too much.
Great Scott, that's Michael. Where's Billy?
In the cocktail cabinet.
Hang way.
Blimey, where are you off to, a concert?
No, Mr. Clifton Weaver is leaving early.
Let that be a lesson to you, son. You come any trouble with me, you'll end up in a glockenspiel to glowing ball.
Mr. Barnett, Billy's gone too far. He's drinking and flirting with every pretty girl at the dance and singing bawdy Irish songs.
Cynthia.
How dare you follow me?
But you don't understand.
Well?
I've been trying to explain all evening, darling. I'm not who I said I was.
Aren't you?
No. When I first arrived, I said I was who I was. When I met you, I had to say I was who I wasn't. Then I had to be who I was when I said I wasn't, when I really wanted to be who I was when I said I was. I want you to know that I'm not who I said I was when I said I wasn't, but who I said I was when I said I was who I was.
Say that again.
When I first arrived, I said I was...
No. There's only one thing for it. Come on, Miss Cynthia.
Mr. Bonnet, I've had quite enough.
Look. That ain't in, is it?
I can't believe it, Billy.
But that's the point. I'm not Billy.
Not Billy?
No. Mr. Bonnet wanted me to be, but I didn't know whether to be or not to be.
Quoting Shakespeare won't help.
Well, if you're not Billy, who on earth are you?
Well, good Lord, who am I?
Oh, blimey, I forgot myself now. 2 and 2?
4.
You're Rupert.
Rupert?
Billy's twin brother. That's Michael.
I'm going to remain quite calm. Now, your brother's name is either Billy or Michael.
Yes.
Good.
It's both.
Wait a minute. There's 3 of them.
3 of them?
Yes, Mr. Bonnet should know. He's the one that's counting.
Oh, but surely you know how many brothers you've got.
Well, no, I don't. You can't see our family tree for the hickory woods.
And I suppose all 3 of you have been making love to me.
Only me, darling?
And which one of you proposed to me?
Only me, darling?
And I suppose all 3 of you are after Daddy's money.
Only me, darling.
Only me, darling.
Oh, he's at it again!
Silence. Now listen, Winifred, I'll explain this once and no more. You made a mess of it the last time. This here is Rupert, Billy's brother. I come down with Billy, Rupert's brother. Rupert takes a shine to Cynthia, who thinks that Rupert's Billy. You think Billy's Rupert. Michael turns up and pretends to be Billy. Michael sticks Billy in the cocktail cabinet. Rupert gets asked for Billy's birth certificate. Michael's doing a jig out there, and I'm Charlie.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place?
Hey?
You mean there's 3 of them? Rupert loves Cynthia, my Billy loves me, Michael's mucking it all up, and you're a proper Charlie.
That's about it. £10,000 up the spine.
Oh, why?
Because your dad said if there was more than one of them, nobody would get nothing.
Daddy doesn't know.
No, but you do.
I don't see why I should tell him.
I say, Cynthia.
All we have to do is get rid of Michael, keep you out of the way, my pet, and let Billy sign the agreement.
Marvellous, darling.
Why didn't we let her in on it in the first place?
The first thing to do is Operation Michael. We must plan this strategically. A military campaign.
Oi, what are your qualifications?
Well, have you know I was a Cub Scout?
Blimey, this is war, not Bob a Job Week.
The first thing to do is eliminate Michael speedily. I'll get Jug to send Michael in here.
That'll cost me something.
We can use this carpet. When Michael appears, you can distract his attention while Mr. Barnett heaves the rug from under Michael's feet like this. Hey! All right, we'll go down here. We'll put it here when he's likely to walk on it, you understand?
Yes, my sweet.
Synchronized watches, you know, our and... Wolf! All day long! Dip, dip, dip. Wheel! Dop, dop, dop!
He'd have been drummed out of the brownies.
I think it's a very good plan.
Ah, better than your sleeping pills. Oh, yeah. Supposing that Michael goes into the library.
Oh, yes, then you and Billy must repeat the process in there.
Good idea. Hey, where is my Billy?
Oh, blimey, I've forgotten all about him. He's still in the cocktail cabinet. It's all to become an Hickory Wood family seat. Come on, Billy, out you come, son.
Mr. Radcastle, witnesses, I've got to tell the truth.
Wake up.
Oh, well, I am awake. I'm very sorry, Cynthia.
Wrap it up. Take him in there, Winnie, and explain to him about Michael.
Who's Michael?
Your twin brother.
I thought they were Rupert.
Don't start that again. I couldn't bear it.
Oh, I don't like being in the dark.
You've been in the dark for years.
I'd like to know what's what.
Well, look it up in Who's Who.
Oh, Mr. Bonnet, isn't Billy sweet?
Love, you be happy with the brother what you got.
Don't worry, Mr. Bonnet, I am.
All right, now let's have a small rehearsal. Now, you distract his attention while I pull the card. No, you've got it all wrong, Miss Cynthia. You distract his attention. Look out, action stations. Here comes Michael.
I can't find Jug anywhere.
Well done, Mr. Bonnet. It's Rupert.
Are you sure? Are you positive? I'll take your word for it.
Come on, Billy, lad. Step on gas, Jug.
That's your dad with Michael.
Quick, the cocktail cabinet.
Come on, son, home from home.
Ooh, I've spent half the night in here.
In you come, there's a good lad. That's it. Don't bother to wash up.
What are we going to do?
Stall.
What about Billy and Winnie?
Oh, God! Hang on in there, you two. There's been a counter-attack.
I didn't think much of that spot waltz competition.
This is a very proud moment for me, Mr. Hardcastle. A proud moment.
Nearly there, me bucko.
You know, love, is right gone on you, lass. You should hear the things he's been saying about you.
You should hear the things we've been saying about him.
Hardcastle, do you think we could get this matter settled now?
Jack, quick, knock out drops for Michael.
One Mickey O'Finn coming up.
Barnett, come and see the Billy signs in the right place.
No, let's wait until Jug gets back.
Jug is only the butler.
Maybe only a butler to him, it is a godsend to me.
Let's get this agreement signed. Where is it?
You don't mean to say that you can't find the agreement?
Where's the flaming agreement?
There's a draft in the library.
Then I'll shut the door.
A draft copy of the agreement.
I'll get it. Oh, then I'll come with you. We can't wait for Jug.
You know, love, is right struck on you. What was that?
10:30.
I make it only 10:20.
You'll have to get that clock in the library seen to, Daddy.
We haven't got a clock in the library.
It's time we had one then.
Winnie will take care of Michael. What did you dress me?
Who took?
Me other brother. His grandmother.
His grandmother? What's she doing at library?
Reading to grandfather.
Grandfather?
But they've gone home now.
My God, I never get to meet half the people in this house.
Thank God for that. Here's the agreement.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, all I need is a witness. Miss Hardcastle, if you'll stand here on my right. Mr. Hickory Wood, if you'll stand here on my left. I'll stand in the middle.
You're not performing the wedding ceremony. Are you ready, lass?
Yes, Daddy?
Ready, lad.
Yes, Daddy.
If you'll just sign here, Miss Hardcastle.
Would you care for a small brandy first, Mr. Billy?
Ooh, aye.
That's Napoleon.
Not tonight, Josephine. It's got dope in it. You have not with the favourite. Michael. Michael's in the library, Rupert's in the cocktail cabinet, and this one is Billy. No, or just a sip. Sign first.
Let him have a drink if he wants to. Propose a toast.
Well, aye. Here's the...
What's he playing at now? If I don't get this signed now, Barnett, I'm leaving all my money to the Battersea Dogs Home.
Come on, Billy. Through the hoop, son. Now, Billy. Come along. There's a good boy. Kiss, come on. Kiss. 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 Oh, you naughty boy. He hasn't been out all day. I'll just take him for a walk.
By God, I've had enough. I'm not giving £10,000 to a man who can't hold his liquor. Look at him now. He's halfway up that lamppost.
Now, don't go off the deep end.
And you're not marrying a raving lunatic. It's all off. He'll get nout.
Aye?
Nout, do you hear, Barnett? Piper, push us into ballroom. I'm going to have a basin full of his punch that's having such a devastating effect on everybody.
And I haven't even got me fare home.
Never mind, Mr. B. If it comes to the push, I can let you have a few bob.
Oh, thanks a lot. I was thinking about Hardcastle.
Hardcastle will have changed her mind tomorrow.
Not when he finds out about all them Hickory Woods. I've got to get that agreement signed tonight.
Old Piper's got that agreement safely clutched in that briefcase of his.
Piper, perhaps we could get him to champion our cause.
Of course we couldn't. Although Miss Amy could wrap him round her little finger.
That's it. What to get her in on our side.
We can't. She's unconscious.
Then go and wake her up.
Can't wake her up.
Why not?
Accidentally nobbled her with a glass of that punch.
You have got a positive mania for nobbling the wrong people.
She's laying flat on her back in her boudoir.
Eh?
God knows when she'll come around.
Well, bang goes our last chance.
Unless we can get someone to dress up as Miss Amy. I mean, old Piper's short-sighted, and if I nicked his glasses...
And we gave him a few stiff brandies.
Yes. All we need is someone to impersonate Miss Amy. Of course, I'm too short.
And I'm too tall.
What we need is someone with a high-pitched voice.
And a slight North Country accent.
Charlie!
I'll go and get one of Miss Amy's dresses.
What's going on now? You are going in for a fancy dress competition. Am I? You're going to dress up and pretend to be Miss Amy.
Yeah, I can't do that. I don't look like a woman.
But you've got your mother's features.
I am my father's fixtures.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bonnet. I can't get Daddy to change his mind.
Don't worry, Miss Cynthia. We got a new scheme afoot. Now then, Billy's in there. He's going to dress up to pretend to be Miss Amy, to get Piper, to get the agreement, to get me the money.
It sounds very complicated.
Well, we can't do things the easy way.
Here we are, Mr. B. Closest match I could find.
Marvellous.
Now to slip Piper a couple of quick doubles.
Here.
Oh, no, Mr. B. Have this one on me.
Oh, very much. All right, Miss Cynthia. Now, you stay out here and keep watch while I go in there and give Billy his instructions.
Charlie Barnett, why's my Billy changing into his underpants?
Rehearsing.
What for?
Orpheus in the underwear.
Oh, yeah, that Michael's coming round.
Michael's coming round. Where's me brass shillelagh?
No, darling. You stay in there, my pet.
By gum, lass, it were a sorry day for me when I thought up this damn fool idea. £10,000. If I'd been in my right mind, I'd never have done it. What was that?
The library clock again.
It makes a devil of a row for a clock we haven't got.
I can't hear anything.
Can't you?
No.
I'm going off my rocker. Push us into the ballroom. I'm going to have a couple of quick uns before they lock me up. Looking for the ballroom?
Ready?
Aye. You sure there's no one out there?
No. Now, look, you just do what I told you. Jagger's going to get Piper and he's going to bring him in here. I'll go and wait for you out in the garden.
Well, don't go too fast for me.
So, we are alone at last.
What about that agreement?
Oh, no. Pleasure before business.
Oh, you know what? I can see right up your nose.
Oh, so we're feeling a little playful tonight, are we? Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, no, we're not.
Goody, goody.
Oh, got the devil in me tonight, and so have I.
Piper! Don't worry, Amy, love. He'll have to marry you now.
Amy, come back!
Still not right. I'm seeing things.
Amy,
Arnold, what is it?
I want my reward.
Arnold, you're intoxicated.
Oh, yes, intoxicated with you. Oh, Amy, my heart's on fire. The flames grow higher.
Arnold.
Piper's gone, has he? Good. Come on, get the dress off then.
Arnold.
Don't just stand there. Nobody's going to see your woolly pants up. Oh, go on, you're the wrong version.
Oh, I do beg your pardon.
Come on, you. She's just burnt down Atlanta.
I hope somebody comes to see us on visiting days.
John, whatever's the matter?
I think I'm going to be head butler at Bellevue, Miss Cynthia.
Well, let's take care of
How
her.
did Billy get on as Aunt Amy?
Marvellous. They're practically on their honeymoon.
It's a good thing Mr. Piper's short-sighted.
Thank God Michael's out of the way.
But he isn't. Michael's drinking with Daddy in the ballroom.
Yeah, Mr. Castle, there's a right good Michael. Nearly there, me before. Yeah, what have you done with Winifred?
Safely tied up in the library.
Any other time and I'll be very grateful.
Your Billy had me fooled, Barnett. I thought he couldn't hold his drink. Let's get the agreement signed and the pair of us will get roaring drunk.
Aye, I'm going to sign, Charlie.
No, Pax, hold it, faint heights.
What's the matter now?
Look, a falling star.
I don't care if the whole world's falling apart. Let's get this thing signed.
No, Billy and I should wish on it for luck.
I'll sign first. You will wish first. Good luck, get in there.
Where's Hickorywood?
He's got a bit of chest trouble.
Has he gone out?
I hope so.
I'll go and find him for you.
Billy! Billy!
Hello.
Hey, how did you get there?
Well, I walked from there to here.
For the last time, let's get the agreement signed. Don't say you've lost the agreement again, Piper.
I'll use the duplicate copy. I'll just read the clauses you have to sign.
Wow!
Provided there are no other living relatives, if you'll just sign there.
Wow!
Barnett, will you keep still? Come over here and have a drink.
It'll have to be a quick one, Mr. H, because that's all I got time for.
That's the drink that started Billy barking.
One last initial here.
Where? Come back here. What the blazes are you doing? Keep still. What the... I'm seeing double. Get me a brandy, Piper. What are you laughing at? Get the brandy.
I think I need one myself.
Good night. Good night.
Piper, did you see what I thought I saw?
What did you think you thought you saw?
I think I thought I saw Billy rushing into the garden.
So did I.
Then who the blazes is in here?
Oh, Mr. Hardcastle, you're shaking.
Saints preserve me. Someone's been hunting me in the head with a shillelagh.
Great balls of fire.
Oh, I need a drink.
There's two of them in there.
Do you think we might be hallucinating?
We'll soon find out. Piper, open that door.
No, Charlie. Silly boy, I found him wandering down the bottom of the garden.
But you don't understand.
No, William, just leave it to me. All we got to do is get the agreement signed.
But what about the other two?
What other two?
The other two lunatics staggering about, looking like that lunatic.
But you mean... He's gone.
He's in there.
What about the other one?
He's in there too. Barnett, open that door.
This one here, Mr. H. I don't want to, but still, I'm going to have to.
Mr. Barnett, I can't find Billy anywhere.
Cynthia, do you know anything about these two jokers?
Well, yes, I'm engaged to this one on the right.
So that must be Billy.
No, Rupert.
And I suppose that must be Billy.
No, Michael.
What are you laughing at?
Same, Billy.
I thought you were a lunatic. It must be me. I suppose this is their sister.
Where's that, Michael?
Take your pick.
Oh, Billy! I suppose he is my Billy, isn't he?
2 and 2, 11 and 3, yes.
Jack! Barnett, come here. Barnett, do you know anything about the gathering of the Hickory Wood tribe?
Not a thing, Mr. H.
Is Jug in on it too?
Well, I'm really not sure about that. I think the answer to that, no.
I don't believe you. Jug?
Yes, sir?
You're sacked.
Very good, sir. Same time tomorrow, sir.
Aye. Piper, take this down. To Billy Hickorywood, £10,000. To Rupert Hickorywood, £10,000. To Michael Hickorywood, £10,000. That makes £30,000. By gum, Piper, I'm right glad there's only 3 of them.